sure Bill's got one of the whole house.
And welcome back on this. What is today?
Yes.
What is today? Wednesday. I was trying to think. Wednesday morning, and you know what? We do have rain in the forecast today. Along with the rain, the cooler temperatures were at about 53, 54 degrees. 40% chance of those showers, so kind of a hit or miss thing. High temperatures of only 62. So look at your low of 49, so quite cool tonight. All right, tomorrow 70%. Or 70 degrees, no chance of rain with your low temperatures of 47. Finally, full sunshine, so just get out and enjoy the next several days with no rain to worry about. There it is, but temperatures, like Seth and I say, we do not like. I know a lot of you guys like these cool temperatures.
Let me throw out a few plugs for some clients this morning. People need us. You just mentioned generator. If you're looking for a generator, go down to Dixie Auto Parts. They got them down there. It's the perfect time to get one. You'd think I'd have a new battery on mine at home to keep me powered up and ready to go. I was talking about that. And if you're getting ready to go deer hunting, don't forget to go out to Mobile Attic. Get you one of those high-class deer things out there. I don't know what they call them. Redneck deer blinds. They got them out there on Highway 72. Fancy ones, too. I'm talking about that. I'll set them up for you. So y'all give them a call out there.
Cozy
Mobile Attic.
And that generator, that's a lifesaver sometimes.
Do they all make that much noise?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they're loud.
You can get one of those really expensive ones that just automatically turns on when your power goes out.
I got one like that.
Yeah.
But it runs on a battery.
Doesn't stay charged. Someone
And
doesn't.
the battery doesn't stay charged. Now, my next door neighbor's got his on natural gas. So when I'm desperate, I just run the long extension cord over to his house and plug in.
Oh, to start your generator?
No, to give me light.
Keep our refrigerator going. You know.
Hey, listen,
Why wouldn't
everything
you
in
just
my
start the
refrigerator.
generator?
That takes too much work to maintain the battery.
Yeah, I'd rather run
If
like
he's got power, then can you not use that to charge the battery to start the generator?
Yes.
Okay,
He's not
never mind.
mechanical.
Man, it's dark on that side of the house where the generator is.
Do you see any things on his fingers?
And say it. Our refrigerator, everything in our refrigerator could ruin. Would I miss
We
it?
don't even need a refrigerator or a stove.
Well,
And we got the best cleaner around.
You know,
Look at her dusting.
all right,
Good job,
good girl.
Maddie, get
Good
to work.
job, Maddie.
Clean that up.
Child labor laws.
Yeah,
You
clean
better
that
watch
up.
out. You're on
Don't
TV.
bust
Yeah,
us,
go ahead.
Brad.
You just can't pay her, right? Is that the rule?
That's right.
So, check this.
Roll Tide.
Oh,
Roll Tide.
Oh, gosh.
she'll be good at that.
And
Okay.
performing right under my graduation
Sounds like my
photograph.
wife when she's cleaning.
Singing.
No, when she's cleaning. Oh, gosh.
Way to go, Maddie. Hurry up and get down to our house. Get busy on your room. Okay? Oh, where you going?
All right, herbs
All
and
right,
more.
so,
Oh, let's
yeah.
talk about herbs and more.
So check this out. Do y'all y'all know who Joseph Lister was?
I know who Sonny Liston was.
Joseph Lister was the father of germ theory. He was the guy who actually, you don't want my foot down there, I saw that look. Sorry about that, Jamie. Anyway, but Joseph Lister was the guy, he was the father of germ theory. And he and a guy named Edward Jenner was the father of immunology. Now, the reason this is important is, see, Edward Jenner figured out that there were certain herbs that people took that prevented them from getting diseases when they were being operated on. And he was really the father of the immune system and how we know it today. That leads us into what's on the news with everybody today is Ebola.
Yeah.
Okay? Number one, whoever the guy was from the CDC who came up with the brilliant idea of bringing a patient with Ebola, a virus that is non-existent in the United States, back to here instead of taking the doctors over there, should have been fired immediately. That's insane. You just don't do things like that. Ebola, check this out, y'all.
They actually literally put us all at risk.
Have you got all the stuff on Ebola?
I've got all kind of stuff on Ebola. I've got the whole history of it, but Ebola has up to an 88% cure rate, depending on the strain.
I think that's pretty high.
Yeah, they've got one guy right now who lived through it, and they're using his blood to transfuse into people. If I was that guy, I'd be really scared, because they will drain him.
Well, another guy's safe.
Yeah.
And then you saw what Dr. Steinman on the Today Show did, didn't you?
No.
They went over there, she and her medical team, and doing a thing. Well, they contracted some of the symptoms. Well, they came back and they put them, and they were in New York City.
New York City.
And they put them in quarantine. Well, she wants to go to her favorite soup restaurant.
Oh, I did hear.
So she walks out and goes down there. Then she throws her whole team under the bus, said they did it, not her. Matt Lauer jumps on her and says, hey, it was her. So now they're quarantined for 21 days.
Well, they were quarantined, but where did she
Now
go
they
get
have to
soup?
stay in, huh?
Where did she go get soup?
At her favorite restaurant there in New Hampshire.
So they weren't
wherever
too
it was.
quarantined.
There are certain strains of this that are, I was reading all about it, that you can get actually that are airborne. You
They
don't
said originally it couldn't go airborne. Now they're saying it
Originally.
can't.
Actually,
Imagine
yes,
that.
it can, and it depends on the strain, though. But anyway, one of the most important things, I've talked to our chemists, and one of the most important things we can do is keep our immune system boosted. For Ebola, really, if you get Ebola, it's not real pretty. That is the worst disease humanly imaginable, okay? But to keep your immune system up, your immune system is what's going to fight off virus, the flu, colds, things like that. IS3, the ingredients in there, have been proven to boost your immune system by up to 700%. That's what you want. Now, another thing that we have to look at is the thymus gland. Your thymus gland as a child is what actually creates your killer T cells. When you're about 75 years old, that thing's nothing but fat. It literally degrades and degenerates. If you'll take raw thymus, like is in a product called Restore, this will help to restore our thymus and may even help keep the immune system at full functioning, which you really, really want to create immunities. Another thing that's important in your immune system is your hormones. When your hormones are messed up, nothing reproduces or grows properly. And that's where something like G Factor would come in to help increase growth hormone levels. These guys, Edward Jenner was the guy who came up with the idea of taking cowpox and infecting people with that to prevent smallpox, which is where all of your immunizations come from. Now, whoever got the idea to fill the little vials with mercury to preserve it that's not real sharp. I don't get any shots at all. There will be no flu shots in my family or anything like that because we keep our immune system up. Now, we may get the flu, but it'll only last a couple of days because your immune system's up. You don't feel good for 2 days. You get over it.
You're not a big proponent of the flu shot. We don't take it either.
I don't do any vaccinations at all.
I don't like needles, period.
On any of my children for anything.
I thought they have to be vaccinated.
How do you do that? Don't they have to?
No, you can go by the, what is that? At one of the places down the road and get what's called a religious exemption.
Really?
Yeah. So I went by there and I said, listen, you're not going to jack my kid up with a bunch of stuff.
still go to school.
Give me the religious exemption. And they said, what religion are you? And I said, Baptist. And she said, well, I'm a Baptist and I never read that in the book. I said, because you didn't read the book. Okay, I did.
So you can get a religious exemption
Yeah.
and not have your kids vaccinated.
Yeah. And many people do this.
Something already.
And here's the thing, if we want to get into
I know there's a lot of
vaccinations, I could go
controversy
on for
about that.
days because
Yeah.
I did massive amounts of studying about this. If you wait till your kid's about 45 pounds, it's really not that bad. But to put up to 50 different vaccinations in your child as a baby has a very good chance of causing a lot of neurological damage. But that's up to you. Do your studying first. I'm not going to tell you to do one thing or another. I went through hours and hours and hours and hours of studying before I made that decision.
So if anyone has any questions about
Yeah,
that or
come by
wants
Herbs and
to
More.
complain,
Yeah.
contact Seth.
Yeah,
Back to Ebola.
Okay, back to Ebola. So anyway,
What's that immune system?
Ebola actually came from over there in Africa in the Sudan. I don't think anything good has ever come out of the Sudan. I mean,
No.
seriously, we just shouldn't bring stuff out of there. But some lady was messing with a chimpanzee in the Thai forest and accidentally infected herself, and it immediately started spreading everywhere. And now Africa, it just has a huge problem with it, which it was contained over there mostly until some brilliant guy brought somebody over here with it. I don't know how that worked. Anyway, there are much more serious things to worry about right now. If it does, in a nation as clean as we are, if it starts to spread, it's on purpose. There is absolutely no way this happens by accident. That just doesn't make sense in this nation. Africa, a different story. Not very clean, easy to spread things like this. They really should be able to contain this. If they don't, there's a problem. Now,
it gets up to 10,000 cases a week. We all got a problem.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's going to be very important that you keep your immune system up and really high.
What are you recommending for people to take?
Well, you take your IS-3, boosts the immune system up to 700% in as little as 7 days, and then a product called Restore. Restore actually has what's called raw thymus, which actually can give our body what it needs to keep the thymus gland in production of these killer cells and create immunities. When the thymus gland no longer works, you can no longer create new immunities. This is why people that are elderly get sick so easily, is because the thymus glands literally turn into a little ball of fat. It's extremely important in the immune system, and it creates actually what's called thymazine, which keeps us from getting autoimmune disorders. When that thing dies, you are much more likely to get rheumatoid arthritis or Crohn's or lupus, things of that nature. So it's important to keep that
when people come in down there, and say older people come in, they're 60, 70, 80, whatever, how long do they have to try Herbs and More products, which are done by your own chemist, to see that they're getting an effect from it?
Well, it depends on what you're taking, really. If you're taking something to boost your immune system, you're not going to wake up one morning and go, man, my immune system feels great today.
You just know you haven't been sick in a while.
Yeah, you will notice, we call it the teachers and nurses special because they take it all the time to keep from getting these things. And they're like, listen, I actually get vacation days instead of sick days.
That's about the nurses union said they have not been contacted by any person yet telling them how to treat. They said if people come in the hospital and say they got Ebola, we don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, well, one of my buddies, she's a nurse, and she said, actually, the standard practice is to take off your protective gear the way this nurse did that contracted it. That's what we're taught to do. So...
It obviously didn't work.
Yeah, she followed protocol. Ebola's just not a real fun thing. It's really contagious. Like I said, bringing somebody over here with that was... I don't know who that guy was. He should have been fired that day. Like, oh, you want to bring the guy over? Yeah, you're fired. Go away.
No.
But anyway, nonetheless, that's what you really want to do to keep our immune system functioning. And if your hormones are at all degraded or messed up, you want to get that growth hormone in there. You want to get those levels up.
All right, y'all go by and see Seth down there this morning. Tell Molly happy late birthday from all of us. There it is right there in the Dollar Tree Shopping Center. Y'all hang on. All right.